James. He's always known for one-liners and making lookalikes, and he spends 5 days a week just making comments on Facebook. But well done to James, making forfa.
I know Alistair Richardson holds him in high regard, so at least he's got something going for him there.
Oh look, Al loves James. I mean, like James is actually going out with Al's daughter, Beck, and of course Al is very welcoming of James being part of the family. So
good on you, Al.
Yeah, good on you, Al. Yeah. Good stuff. Okay, so that's the A&A team of the round, and basically just a few final things that are going on with A&A before we move on to CMCA related matters. Firstly, last weekend, the junior players were all given a club shirt with the A&A logo on it, as well as our sponsors for the juniors, which is NEM. I think it's something. And NEM Executive Management or something like that. I should be more up to date with our sponsors.
We'll put it on the screen right now. There you go.
There you go.
There's the number. Give him a call.
Yeah, absolutely. So well done to one of the parents there who's contributed there, and that's fantastic. And we've got the shirts thanks to some work with Tim Irving and the guys in the juniors committee there. So well done. And yeah, look, things with our juniors are going really well. We had a great presentation of the shirts last Saturday night, and we look forward to seeing the kids and the parents on Saturday nights more often.
I think hats off to obviously the newly set up junior committee. I think it's headed by Rob Lawford, and I know Gino Fulker had a lot to do with getting that night up and running. So
yeah,
well done, guys.
Yeah, so a lot of good work's going on with the juniors at the moment. And the other thing we'll bring up is the Battle of Bentley 2020 competition, yes. Which is a which has come back after I think A&A did something about that about 5 or 6 years ago.
I think it may even be branded this year the Glen Ira Cup or something like that, trying to encompass the council and everything. So
yeah, well that's great, and we've got 4 clubs who are participating in that, being Bentley A&A, Bentley Uniting, West Bentley, and Washington Park. Yep. Washington Park. So the 4 of us are going to compete on the weekend, on the Sunday of Australia Day weekend, and there was a meeting that was held last week. I guess pull the names out of the hat. Who do you go home with? Oh no, that's keys in the bowl. Sorry. No, you pull the names out of the hat, and it works out who actually is hosting this season's event. And Bentley A&A happened to win this one. So this Australia Day weekend on the Sunday, King George will be hosting the Battle of Bentley, or the Glen Ira Cup 2020 competition, and obviously more details will come to hand as soon as we.
I guess the pressure will be on to set the standard for the the next 4 years after that.
Yeah, well, that's right. So we're going to host the event, make sure it's a winner, and as part of that, we've decided to host our annual poker competition on that night. So if anyone wishes to try to show their hand at cards afterwards, after the day's festivities of the 2020 competition, then that's what we'll be trying to organise as part of, I guess, making it an overall enjoyable experience.
And it's always a big night for the club, but I guess the prize money is obviously the key, and I think it's always a minimum $1,000. So if we can get as many people as we can, I'm sure that will skyrocket.
Yeah, exactly. Numbers permitting, of course, but we would hope that with the 2020 competition going on,
sure
that a few people might want to
get a few other cricketers drunk, drag them in, and
there's always a few heroes who want to show that they're the king of the cards, the Joe Hashems of the CMCA. Okay, so that's what's going on at A&A, and we'll move on to the CMCA. Now, in round 3, Longmere Shield, A&A lost to Elwood. A few comments on that, Adam?
Oh, look, again, we introduced, I think, 3 or 4 new kids into the team, and I think the average age was about 16, but...
well, I guess overall, what I do know is that the average age of the whole side was 22 years of age, and the bowling attack's average age was 18. So Andy Lee, being 24 years old, being the oldest bowler in the side.
Sure. But not for excuses. Obviously, those guys warranted their spots. So we're not just promoting the kids just for the sake of promoting the kids. They had performed in the lower grades and were put up accordingly. But look, Bryce Jans, he really showed he's going to be a very good cricketer, very good all-round cricketer. So these are the things that I guess will show in the next few rounds as a result of that.
And not discounting Dylan Jansen and Brodie Lawford, who both deserve their spot. They've been performing in Woolnoose Shield, so they deserve their opportunity, and they'll become better cricketers for the experience. So the club's going in the right direction. Union defeated LePage Park Union made that big score that everyone was anticipating, 350 plus I think it was. A lot of runs able from the Union batting lineup, so they're just continuing on. They're 2-1 I believe, and as we said, their batting lineup looks really strong. We've said that all season.
Yes.
Uniting defeated Hampton Central. Hampton Central is 0-3.
If you have a look at their lineup, I don't think I've seen Cameron Gregor this year. It's pretty much the same as last year, I think. So, yeah, but they always start slow, I think. They always start slow. Steve May's still getting his 7 or 8 wickets a game.
Yeah, bowling 36 overs from one end. East Sandy lost their first game of the season to a rejuvenated West Bentley. Everyone was writing off West Bentley after the first 2 games with the loss of Stacey Brown, etc. And West Bentley have proved everyone wrong. And obviously West Bentley are going to continue to be the force that the people fear. They have a lot of X factor in the side, don't they?
Sure. They, I think they've also picked up. I think he played one game last year. Tim Moore, I think it is. So he's meant to have a bit of pace behind him as well. So obviously that can offset the loss of Stacey somewhat.
Yeah. And to be fair to East Sandy, they had a lot of blokes unavailable due to I think a wedding or a footy trip or something like that. So unfortunately, we copped East Sandy at full strength, but no doubt East Sandy will be hurting from the loss and will strive on to continue on with the finals.
How'd Biggie go?
Our number 1 ticket holder, Biggie Phelan, I think he made about 30 or 40, I'm not sure.
I think he might have been closer to 3 or 4.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry Biggie, didn't mean to pump your tyres up there, but anyway, g'day Biggie, good to see you there, mate. Omega lost to Washington Park. Washington Park have a pretty strong batting lineup as well, and rightly so. They defeated Omega, who are going through a rebuilding phase. So well done to Wash-Ups.
Yeah, I think they're always going to be competitive now. When I think Donati's going to be playing all year.
Yeah, and I believe Liam Pickering's going to be playing for the majority of the season too.
Yeah,
so
they'll push every team, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And in the final game, Mackie thumped Carnegie South. Mackie were in a position to go for an outright victory in week 2, but Carnegie South just batted solidly throughout the day in an unspectacular fashion, but they did the job to avoid losing 10 points.
I reckon if you look back to every year Carnegie South and Mackie have played, I think the last 2 or 3 years, they've always gone for an outright Mackie. I think I've seen every year they roll them for about 60 to 100 and make the runs that night and try and roll them the next day. But not to be.
Yeah, well, the timing didn't help Carnegie South with Glenn Gallagher getting married and Steve Hanley being his
obviously
best man.
We know who rules the roost in that household, don't we?
Well, that's right. Sacrilege to actually get married in November. Jesus, why would you do that? Anyway, moving on.